Hi, I'm Evo Bluestein, and this is the beginning banjo video lesson. In old-time banjo music, there are many different tunings that we use. The first tuning we're going to learn how to play in is G major tuning. Here's how the strings are tuned. Starting on the third string, we have a G note. The second string is a B note, and the first string is a D note. These are the first, third, and fifth notes in a G major scale. They make a nice chord. The fourth string is a D note also, but an octave lower than the first string. The fifth note is a G note, only an octave higher than the third string. Here's an easy way to tune. If you tune your fourth string to a D note, then go to the fifth fret of that fourth string and pluck it. That will give you your open third string. Then, if you drop back to the fourth fret of the third string, that's our reference for the open second string. Drop back one more to the third fret of the second string. That's our reference for the open first string. Now go up to the fifth fret of the first string and pluck it. That's the note we tune the fifth string to. The first style of strumming we're going to learn is called frailing. Here's what it sounds like. Since we're talking about open G tuning, we don't have to play anything in our left hand or chording hand, and we'll have an automatic G chord with the open strings. So we can talk now about the frailing hand or strumming hand, and this is how I want you to hold your strumming hand. With your thumb bent and all these other fingers bent, we strum with the back of the fingernail of the first or pointer finger. It sounds like this. 1, 2, and. Strum on the 1 with the back of that forefinger, and let your thumb get caught on that fifth string, even though we're not going to let it ring. I'll do it again. Strum. Let your thumb hang there. Now the second beat is a strum. Let that thumb hang there, and this time go a little further. Let it fall off and ring. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now it's really 3 sounds. 1, 2, and. But there's 2 strokes. I don't want you to see you opening your hand or finger movement like this. I want you to keep these fingers curled under and let the arm movement do the strokes. There's 2 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's what it sounds like. This is a tempo you should practice with. Practice that until you can do it comfortably at that tempo, and then try it a little faster like this. And when you can do that comfortably, let's try this variation on that frailing rhythm. Instead of strum, strum, and, I want you to aim that pointer finger to the third string. And if you miss and hit the second or fourth, it's okay. But the basic idea is it's going to be pick, strum, and, instead of strum, strum, and. So here it is again. Pick, strum, and, pick, strum, and, pick, strum, and, pick, strum, and. And this is a good style for accompanying a song. Let's do it some more. we learn another chord besides the open G chord, we can frail our first song. We're going to learn how to make a D chord, and then we can sing a song with two chords, the open G and the D chord. If you put your pointer finger on the first fret of the second string, that is to say right behind that first fret, that's where you get the best tone. Pointer finger, first fret, second string. And your middle finger on the second fret, third string. This is a D chord. So you go from open to a D chord. And try to get pretty fast at doing that. Open to a D chord. And it sounds like this. Now we can frail going back G to D in an easy song with just those two chords. This is My Home's Across the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it sounds like this. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, I never expect to see you anymore. So you have to be able to change chords without losing the beat. Your frailing rhythm has to stay the same as you change chords. This time I'll do it again, and instead of singing the words, I'll sing the chord changes. We start on open G. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Going to D. Home's across the Blue Ridge. Back to G. Mountains. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, I D chord. Never expect to see you anymore. I'm gonna leave here Monday morning. D. I'm gonna leave here Monday. G. Morning. I'm gonna leave here Monday morning. D. I never expect to see you. Back to G. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, I never expect to see you anymore. How can I keep from crying? How can I keep from crying? How can I keep from crying? I never expect to see you anymore. Oh, my home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountains. I never expect to see you anymore. Rock and feed my baby candy. Rock and feed my baby candy. Rock and feed my baby candy. Oh, I never expect to see you anymore. Did you get those chord changes? Now let's learn a new chord for a new song in this frailing rhythm before we learn to play melody frailing. This is a C chord, and we start with the pointer on the first fret of the second string, just like we were going to make a D chord. And our middle finger goes over to the second fret of the fourth string, and our pinky on the second fret of the first string. This is a C chord, and it sounds like this. So let's practice going G, C, D, G. Once again, G, C, D, G. Here's a song that uses all three chords. New River Train. I'm riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train, that's D. It's the same old train, C, that brought me here, G. Soon gonna carry me away. Same thing again, I'll call out the chords. G, new river train. I am riding on that new river, D. It's the G, old train, C, brought me here, G. Soon gonna D, carry me, G. Riding on that new river train. I am riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here. Soon gonna carry me away. Darling, the time ain't long. Oh, darling, the time ain't long. The time ain't long before I'll be gone away on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here. Soon gonna carry me away. Darling, we can't love too. Darling, you can't love too. You can't love too and still be true. So I'm leaving on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. Riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here. It's soon gonna carry me away. Now we're going to learn to frail the melody on those last two songs. But we have to learn this little exercise first, and that is to frail individual strings. Now, instead of strum, strum, and, it's sort of like that variation of pick, strum, and, where you have to aim that forefingernail at an individual string and still keep the frailing rhythm going. And we're just going to close that gap smaller and smaller as we go from the first string to the fourth string, frailing like this. First, first, and second, second, third, fourth, fourth, third, second, first. So you have to get very accurate with your aim as you keep that frailing rhythm going. Here's the melody for My Home's Across the Blue Ridge Mountains. This time I'm going to add a new technique called a hammer-on. And the way it's done is you get two notes with one pick of the string. So I'll pick the second string open and I hammer down with the pointer finger on that last D7. Oh, I never expect to anymore. Once again. Oh, I never expect to. So we get two notes with one pick. Practice that. Oh, I never expect to see you anymore. Same phrase again. Let's try the whole thing. Now right here you can do another hammer. Now let's do the same melody style for New River Train. Now when we play this, remember that it's useful to know when the chords come in this song because it will help you as you're playing the melody. I am riding on that new river train. I am riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, and it's soon gonna carry me away. Now if you'll notice, a lot of those notes are in the chords that we were already playing for rhythm accompaniment style. Let's try it again. I am riding on that new river train. I am riding on that new river train. It's the same old train that brought me here, and it's soon gonna carry me away. This time I'm not gonna sing it. One more time. Now this time I'm going to add some slides, and if you remember those positions that we learned for tuning the banjo, the 5th fret on the 4th string and the 4th fret on the 3rd string and the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, we're going to use some of those as we play this tune this time. See if you can follow it. Now we're going to learn a new tune, Old Joe Clark, which is quite often done in the key of A. Fiddlers and banjo players usually play this dance tune in that key. So we're going to learn how G, open G tuning, becomes A tuning. And if you're going to be an old-time banjo player, you need to have a banjo capo. I have one on my banjo neck already, and I'm going to slide it from behind the nut over past the first fret, which would be G sharp, up to the second fret, which gives me the key of A. So we went G, G sharp, A, all four strings. Now the fifth one, you have to bring up a whole step also, because the capo doesn't affect that fifth string. So we go up 5 frets, like we learned to tune the fifth string. On the first string, 5 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what we tune the fifth string to. And we're all set to play in the key of A. It'll be just like playing in the key of G, only it'll come out in the key of A. Now I'll play Old Joe Clark for you to listen to. Notice the slides in that. This time I'll do it a little bit slower. This tune has 2 parts, and each part is repeated once, so we say it goes A, A, B, B. And that's a standard pattern for many fiddle and banjo tunes. This time I'll do it in a new style called double thumbing. And instead of letting that thumb ring every other beat, it's going to ring every beat. And we can practice it like this. Instead of 1, 2, and, it's going to be every beat. This is what it sounds like in the tune Old Joe Clark. Now you can use it how you want. You can leave it full when you want, and you can leave it sparse when you want. That's double thumbing. The double thumbing you learned in Old Joe Clark can be used in all the songs we've learned so far. Now we're going to learn to play in a new tuning. It's G modal tuning, but I'm still capoed up to the key of A, so that makes it A modal tuning. The modal tuning is sort of minor sounding, and the way we get there is by raising the second string up to what would be the C note in the key of G, so it's a D note while we're capoed up. That would be the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Will give us our new open 2nd string. That's the sound of the modal tuning. Now we're going to learn a song called Cluck Old Hen, and in it we can use a new style that's related to double thumbing called drop thumbing. And in order to get the melody, instead of staying on the 5th string all the time, we're going to drop down at a certain point to get certain melody notes on other strings with our thumb. Here's Cluck Old Hen. Now sometimes we drop for other notes that aren't exactly melody notes, but just for counterpoint. And also in this tune we used a technique known as a pull-off. I'll show you how that's done. Instead of, we're going to go. So once again, it's the opposite of a hammer-on. We do one pluck with our right hand on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and we pull off, and we get a sound just by pulling off. So we get 2 sounds with 1 pluck. So we get pull-offs and hammer-ons in that same phrase. Now we're going to learn a new tuning, double C, only since I'm still capoed up to the 2nd fret, it's a D tuning. And I'm also still tuned in the modal tuning, and it's an excellent way to go from A tuning or G tuning to the C or D tuning. It's halfway there because the 2nd string is already up to D with the capo on, and we lower the 4th string to be a low D. This is how it sounds open. Now, the double C or D tuning with the capo on is not an open tuning like G or A. You need to play pointer finger on the 2nd fret for the D chord. Now we're going to learn our first tune in the key of D, Soldier's Joy. And in this tune we can use a lot of the things we've learned already in separate lessons. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, double thumbing, and drop thumbing. Here it is at a fast sort of tempo for you to listen to. Well, love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Bet you $5 you can't guess who. I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? I'm gonna get a drink, don't you wanna go? All in Soldier's Joy. I'll start in a basic style and add things as I go. That's the first part of the tune played twice. Notice that when I'm not using this pointer finger on some notes on these other strings, that I always go back to its home position right here, 2nd fret of the 1st string. Second part of the tune now. Second part of the tune played twice. Now we'll go back to the first part and add a few more things. Now we're going to do another song in double C tuning, only this time instead of being capoed up to the 2nd fret, which puts us in the key of D, we're going to take off the capo, or slide it off, and we'll actually be in the key of C. But we have to bring our 5th string down again, so go up to the 5th fret of the 1st string to find your reference note, and retune your 5th string to match it. Now, with your pointer finger down on the 2nd fret of the 1st string to make that C chord, check and see if you've got a good sounding C chord. Make sure you're in good tune. Make any adjustments you may need to make. Now we're ready to learn a couple more chords to play this next song. We know this is a C chord. Here's an F chord. Pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. This is your F chord. It sounds like this. Now we need one more chord for this song, and it'll be a G chord with our pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Make sure each string rings clearly. This is a G chord. So that's 3 chords: C, F, G, and go home to C. Now practice changing those chords quickly. Now we'll try a song with those 3 chords, Free Little Bird, and I'll sing it at a quick tempo for you to listen to and watch. I'll do it slowly in a basic style first. This time pay attention now to when the chords come in, the C, F, and G. G, C, try and put all those hammer-ons in there. Now I'll do it again, and this time we'll do some double thumbing and more new things. Now that you've learned how to do all those techniques, the hammer-ons, the pull-offs, the slides, double thumbing, and drop thumbing, I want you to go back to the first lessons on this videotape and try to put all those things in those tunes. We're also at the end of this videotape, and I want to show you one new tune. I'm capoed up to the 2nd fret, tuned in double C, so we're in the key of D. And I want to show you a new D chord for this tune, Shootin' Creek.